What? Hey, I was watching this engineering disasters. They had that Sioux City, Iowa crash on there.
Oh yeah.
When we first built my simulator, man, I did that over and over. That is not an easy thing to do. But they had a 3-engine. I don't remember what the plane was, and we had a 757, so that might have made it a little easier.
I think it was a DC-8 or DC-9. It had the center-mounted engine by the rudder.
Yeah, in the tail.
That's the one that the compressor blade cut all the hydraulics?
Yep, all 3 sets.
Steered it by increasing and decreasing the engine thrust.
Yeah, it takes a little getting the hang of. I have done it a number of times.
Yeah, now they make RC planes that do that.
Yeah. Well, see, the tricky thing to that is if you start descending, then you have to give it more throttle in order to keep your altitude. And if you do that, by the time you get to the runway, if you're not careful, you're going to be going too fast to land.
Or porpoising.
Yeah. You got to put gentle inputs, but you got to put enough in to keep from hitting to keep your altitude.
Then you got to figure in the time lag factor.
Yeah, well, I think that's one reason why they did like 6 loops around the airport to get their altitude down slowly.
It's remarkable how many people survived that.
Yeah, well, you wouldn't have thought anybody would have.
Yeah, it was 100 and some, right?
Yeah. And the entire cockpit crew.
Yep. And they just so happened to have an instructor that did the simulator work and had just finished a study on exactly what happened.
Yeah, that was a check pilot.
Yep.
Yeah, he operated the throttles, didn't he?
Yep, he did the throttles.
Amazing.
Because he was a passenger at the time, wasn't he?
No, he was sitting in a jump seat.
Oh, I thought he was a passenger.
Well, technically he was.
Yeah, he was just catching a ride, that's all. The right plane at the right time.
He was deadheading.
That's what he was.
Yeah, they said it couldn't happen. That they never put any thought into any procedures for that because it just couldn't happen that all 3 systems would go down at the same time.
Murphy raised his head.
Yeah.
That was mayhem. He was on that plane.
Yeah. Already had his bandages ready.
Yeah. I took a flight this morning while it was windy.
Did you sit there and hover it?
Man, I was lucky to get it back. It was flying backwards away from it.
Which one was that?
The little one.
The little one?
Yeah, I took it out and it wasn't too bad, so I went ahead and did it. It wasn't too bad at first, but it came up while I was up.
I used to do that in the simulator. The landing speed was like 135 knots, and I would put 135 knot headwind in, and then I could take this thing off like a harrier, just put enough throttle to get it just barely moving forward and go on up with it.
I actually landed it in the ground. wide open throttle.
Hey, dude.
Yeah.
What's that airport over there in Georgetown, South Carolina?
Georgetown, I don't know what the identifiers are, I don't remember.
I remember, geez, probably 20 years ago or so when I had the 172 with the 0300D engine, you know, me and my wife were flying back up to Elizabeth City. And that damn 172 only had a top speed of like 122 knots, right? We had like a 45-mile-an-hour headwind, and the guy in the tower goes, are you on long throttle? I go, why? He goes, because you're not making any forward speed. I said, I got a 45-mile-an-hour headwind I'm trying to fight.
Raise the flaps.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, that's where I used to land a lot, and I did the one, I think it's Myrtle Beach Natural, but it was too far away. It used to be the military base, and they opened it to general aviation.
Yeah, I used to land at Grandstand all the time.
Yeah, that was it. And, but we started doing Georgetown. It's like 10 minutes from Paulie's, so that's what we do.
Did you ever keep your plane at home?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember when we were coming back from Elizabeth City, I had the PA 28235, the Cherokee, with the Lycoming 0540 B4B5, and I got the weather briefing out of not Newport News. Jesus, what's the other one up there? Norfolk. And it's okay, clear blue skies inside, and let your flight level, no problem at all. Well, we started coming up by Wilmington, and the sky went from clear to gray to black. I'm like, and then started getting some turbulence. So I contacted Wilmington approach there, and he goes, where are you going? And I told him, I said, I'm Victor 3. He goes, you know, there's level 3 and level 4 storms there. Did you get a weather brief? And I said, yeah, I got it from Norfolk about 3 hours ago. He goes, things have changed, right? And I already passed him, and he goes, what do you want to do? I said, can I get into Grand Strand? He goes, by the grace of God. And I'm like, okay, give me vectors for Grand Strand. And there was a King Air in front of me, about 5 minutes in front of me, and he just barely put it on the ground, and it was coming down. I mean, it was coming down like a fire hose on my windscreen, you know. I touched that thing down. I just barely saw the real lights and touched it down, and I pulled over to the FBO, and they opened up the hangar for me. We just rolled it right in there, and the guy in the King Air goes, how did you put that thing down? He says, I got weather radar and everything else. He says, I just barely made it. I said, by the grace of God. So I got it, dude. I got that plane, and I went to the FBO, and I just started to shake.
Didn't try that again, did you?
Well, I didn't have a choice. The weather just came out of nowhere.
We're supposed to go 180 when that happens.
Couldn't. I was circled. It was encircling me. My wife goes, how bad is it? I said, don't talk. I said, just keep on watching the gauges. She goes, that's only 1 or 2 times I ever seen you get real quiet when you were flying.
Did they call you up to the tower?
No. In the FBO, I actually called the tower and, and said, what's going on with the weather? They go, this thing came out of nowhere. And the King Air pilot, he backed me up on it too, because he got the same briefing. He flew out of Chesapeake, and he was like 20 minutes ahead of me.
3 hours is a long time for a weather.
By the time I got the weather briefing an hour and 15 before I took off. By the time I got to Wilmington, it was an hour and 15, so that's 2.5 hours.
They didn't have any AWAS frequencies?
Yeah, I always listened to AWAS and, really didn't hear nothing.
So what this thing do, just develop over the airport?
No, it developed just offshore, maybe about 2 miles offshore. It was a thermal inversion.
What it is?
Yeah. They've got downdrafts in them.
Yeah, tell me about it.
I've seen that happen a number of times right on the peninsula here. I think it's the way we're surrounded by water. The storms in the summer will just blow up right on top of us out of nowhere.
Yep.
They don't roll in or anything. It's just there.
Yep. You know you're in trouble when you look up in the sky and you see that grayish wave.
Yeah. If you watch the radar, you can watch it'll start as a little dot. It's kind of yellowish, and then it'll go from yellow to a bigger yellow to an orange, and then you're in trouble.
Oh, yeah.
It never moves. It's all Bob's fault.
Yeah, blame it on Bob.
Yeah, black guy did it.
Black guy did it.
Yes, sir.
Well, I went out before and watered my onion plants and all my maters. Woo, boy, I'll tell you what. My wife's going to be picking maters while I'm gone. Beef steak and big boys.
Well, I had some good old tenderloin tonight.
Did you wrap it in bacon?
No, Vicky made it. She didn't put any bacon on it, but man, it was bad.
The beef or deer?
It was pork.
Oh, yeah, it's good too.
It was pork tenderloin.
Oh, yeah, I had chicken breast tonight stuffed with feta cheese and I wrapped it in bacon. Woo, no hit.
I smoked them pork tenderloins, and then I got a slicer. Make my own lunch meat out of smoked pork.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, corn on the cob,
That's what I had tonight, too. Corn on the cob.
mashed taters,
We had parboiled potatoes.
and Brussels sprouts.
Brussels sprouts?
Yeah. She had them all cut up and fried in the pan, you know.
Get a little black on them.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Garlic and all that stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Bottle. Yeah, bottle. Got plenty of bottle.
Seasoned small. Put any garlic small on it?
Yeah, I'm sure she had that in there too.
I like my garlic small.
Y'all ever seen this person Oak Island show?
I should just watch my mom and my grandmom. It's like, because I make a wet rub or I make a dry rub. And I just go in that cabin, I pull this out and that out, and I mix it all together and put it on, slap it on. She goes, man, that's good. Where'd you learn that? I said, watching, experiment.
I've seen it before, Chris.
Garlic salt, and celery salt. You can make anything taste good.
Oh, yeah, make a cardboard slipper taste good.
Not much at all. I make that garlic salt or garlic with some sort in it.
Oh, yeah, garlic's good. I never had a vampire attack me.
My father, back in the day, he would take the plain old bottle of Kraft barbecue sauce, and add a stick of butter and onion salt, garlic salt, celery salt, and let it simmer for a little bit before he cooked the chicken. Man, that was good.
Yeah, Kevin Belfort, you ever see that, the Cajun chef?
Yeah.
He did that last week with exactly what you said, and he had it on ribs.
Frank, are you getting hungry over there?
I'm thinking about taking a whole garlic ball and throwing it, put a little olive oil in it and bake it. Eat the whole garlic as is.
Oh man.
That's supposed to be good for you, ain't it?
Oh, that sounds good.
Put it in the oven, bake it.
I like onions done that way too.
But some people can't take that, you know. You just cut the root section off the bottom, put the whole thing in the oven.
Yep. Yep.
Until it turns mushy.
Yep. It gets nice and mushy. I like the heart of an artichoke.
Yep.
Don't like it too mushy, but you know.
Sure is.
Yeah, it is.
That's right.
Sounds like an overmodulated Guido.
Like Tony to me.
Someone was driving her audio way
N4WQR.
N4AZ.
W420.
Hey, what did the guy?
Hey, he was talking this morning about seriously getting rid of his dually.
Who was?
Tony.
I didn't hear Tony this morning.
Yeah, he was here.
Yeah, he was there.
Oh, he come in after you left.
Oh, okay. He gonna get rid of his dually?
Yeah, he doesn't have any use for it anymore. He got rid of the horses, and it doesn't tow the horse trailer with it anymore. And he says, you know, parking this thing is 20 feet long. He says he just wants a 2,500.
Yeah, what was he pulling? A 40-foot horse trailer?
Yeah, a big horse trailer.
Yeah, it was probably a full horse trailer.
Yeah, 2,500 will work.
Tony don't do anything small.
Oh, he doesn't have the horses anymore.
No?
Doesn't have the horses, doesn't have all the hay, a whole bunch of stuff goes off of them.
Yep.
You don't think he's gonna get a minivan, do you?
He's gonna get a Kia Soul.
Oh.
And truth be told, he probably didn't need all that dually to pull that he had.
Just like a
$103,000 what he was looking at, was that a 2,500?
That was a Ram.
Okay, but
Ram. New truck.
I thought the Rams were the lower price of all the trucks.
yeah, but what do they call a dually?
The dually?
Yeah, the Ram dually. What is that?
I guess just a dually. I don't know.
No, they have a designation for it.
I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah, like Ford is the F-350.
Right.
Look it up.
Tony.
It's probably 2,500 or dually, I guess. Or a 350.
Probably a 3,500, wouldn't it?
Might be.
What?
Tony, he can tell you.
What do you want to know?
That $103,000 truck you're looking at, what size truck was that?
2,500. Limited.
Okay. Do you have the big dualies on it?
Did it have the what?
Dualies, the dual tires.
No, it's a 2,500. The dualies only come in 3,500.
Yeah.
You can get a 3,500 with single wheel or dualies. And the one I got's got a dually. It's a dually 3,500, but I'm looking for a 2,500.
They just took all the Ford designations and added extra zeros to them.
That's what it sounds like. What's the biggest one Ford makes? 950?
Yeah, something like that.
The pickup truck is called a King Ranch.
Yeah.
That's on a 350 chassis, but for one guy that has a 450 chassis. Dodge, the most expensive is the limited edition.
Well, they got a what they call a Shelby pickup truck out now. They want $108,000 for that. And I don't know if that's probably a 150 base.
Yeah, you ever see a Cadillac pickup truck or a Lincoln?
Yeah. Look just like a Chevrolet.
Yeah.
Got the same chassis.
It's like Cadillacs are on Corvette chassis.
The STXs.
Catavet.
Quit playing these games about the chips and just bring the daggone vehicles back to the lot. Cause you know that's a crock. How long you gotta wait to get one of those, Tony?
They got him on the right there on the lot.
Wow.
That's where I got the price from. I took one for a test drive.
How'd it drive?
Drove like a truck, you know. I mean, it was, it's so luxurious you don't even think you're in a truck.
It's like you think it's butter, but it's not.